What's the purpose of the suffering? Why Hashem made the world like that? Because life is a test. If everything will be good in life and there will be barely any suffering, where exactly is the test? No one is sick, no one is poor, no one is single, no one is barren, no one is depressed, everyone is happy. Where is the test? Tell me please, where is the test? Everyone enjoying here like heaven. It's not a test. A test is, I took your son now, he died, and you have to come to shul to pray mincha now. And tomorrow morning you have to put tefillin after the funeral. That's a test. It's a very hard test. You feel like your life is finished and you have to continue to love Hashem and to obey His rules. Not easy. You just got suffering. How do you know if it's because Hashem is not happy from you or because He's extra happy for you? And He loves you and He wants to double your reward. How do you know? The rule is, if the suffering that you got takes you away from the Torah and the mitzvot, it comes on the expense of learning Torah. You have to be in hospital, you have to run, you have to be in court, you have to be in a city. And because of that you cannot learn and you're not doing the regular usual mitzvot that you do. Something like that is a sign that it's not suffering of love. Because when Hashem loves a person, He can send him suffering, but He won't send him suffering that prevent him from doing more good. Why in this generation there is more suffering than ever in history? Look what's happening today. Single people, divorce epidemic, cancer epidemic, depression epidemic, wars, terrorism, high taxes, poverty. So many problems. Everything fell on our head from all directions. You barely find one happy person around. Barely. Almost impossible to find the one. So the question is, why Hashem invented suffering? And second, why all the suffering came in this generation? First, you don't appreciate the good unless you also have bad. You don't enjoy the good unless you also have bad. When you see what bad is, you learn to appreciate and to enjoy from the good. Otherwise, if it was all good, you will never enjoy the good. How do you know Hashem paid the righteous people in the next world, Rabbi? Maybe you made it up. It's a verse in the Torah. I'm testing you, I'm strict with you to see if you're going to stick to my mitzvot and keep them anyway. Why? Because I want to reward you in your end. Meaning, if there won't be test, if there will not be suffering, I will not have any reason to reward you. Meaning, what brings the person the eternal reward in the afterlife? The suffering. No wonder Chazal said that the greatest thing for a person to cleanse him is suffering. Nothing cleans a person better than suffering. Suffering in this world cleans almost all the sins. Completely. What's the purpose of the suffering in this world? Not torture. I told you, to bring the light of the good, to make you appreciate it, to make you stronger, to test you if you break or you still trust Hashem with your faith and you still keep the mitzvot even when you're sad and upset. It cleans the soul spiritually. It's also measure for measure. Hashem sends the suffering to you just like you did to other people. And that's a punishment of education, educational punishment. So when you feel the pain on your skin, you will think 100 times next time before you do it to another person. Why righteous people suffer? very righteous. He's learning Torah all his life. 70 years is a tzaddik. Why now you're giving him suffering? Why he need to get cancer now when he's 70, this rabbi? Why? Tzaddik. He learned Torah all his life without the suffering. The answer, to wake up the people to understand how strict is the judgment in the afterlife. If over here, someone like him that maybe made 1 or 2 sins his entire life is getting such a punishment, imagine what's gonna be with us. When you see somebody righteous suffer, immediately he make you question Hashem. And that's one of the main tests in life. Do you question Hashem or not? If you're questioning Hashem, you fail big time. If you say, I don't have dilemmas, no doubt, Hashem knows what he's doing. What do you mean Hashem knows what he's doing? This guy is not tzaddik? Yes, it's tzaddik. At least that's what we see. So where is Hashem? Where is the justice? Everything Hashem does is 100% justice. Could be from this life something he did, according to his level, it's maybe something big. Maybe it's from previous life. Maybe Hashem wants to double his reward. It's Isurim shel Ahava. You don't get suffering unless if you're guilty of something. You're guilty, Hashem sends you suffering. Meaning if you're not guilty, you're not supposed to get suffering. But then there's another expression, it's called Isurim shel Ahava. Suffering of love. What do you mean suffering of love? When Hashem loves a person, what does he do? He sends him extra suffering. Why extra suffering? To double his reward. He's not guilty of anything. I'm giving you a year or 2 of suffering, in Olam Haba for eternity, immediately I double your reward. If a person wants to get rid of the suffering, I don't want it, Hashem, please, better without it. What should he do to remove the suffering? Main thing is elevate his confidence in Hashem. If you bring up your emunah in Hashem very high, it's gula to get rid of the suffering. If a person see that all kinds of bad thoughts come to his mind, and it's unusual, what is Hashem sending him? Why all of a sudden these thoughts beginning to come? Hashem sends him a message that chas v'shalom, a tragedy is on the way to him. Wake up and do tshuva before the tragedy arrive, like sickness or something like that. Give tzedakah a lot, pray a lot, learn Torah a lot, wake up.